When the USA exploded 2 nuclear bombs over Japan in 1945, it was perhaps the largest demonstration of power in the history of civilization. But there was more to follow, for the devastating explosions over Hiroshima and Nagasaki were just the starting point of a desperate arms race between the USA and the Soviet Union. And during the next 40 years, the nuclear stockpiles of the superpowers would grow at an alarming rate, leading on several occasions to the world being so close to a nuclear war. It wasn't until the end of the Cold War that thousands of nuclear bombs were disarmed and the world could once more breathe easy, at least for a while. Today, the number of countries with atomic weapon arsenals is on the increase, and the likelihood that terrorist groups could any day get their hands on this technology is greater than ever.
At 8:15 in the morning of August 6, Japanese time, the first atomic bomb hit an enemy target. The bomb was aimed to explode above 0 point. Here is the pictorial record of the result. At 0 point, directly beneath the explosion.
This is Hiroshima, the day after the atom bomb exploded over Japan's 7th largest city and etched its message of doom to an empire. 30% of the city's population was killed, some by radioactive gamma rays and others by the heat of radiation that showed its intensity in many freakish ways.
After the destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan surrendered unconditionally and World War II came to an end. At the same time, the usage of such bombs was the culmination of a huge military science program conceived a few years earlier. Back in December 1938, it became clear that Nazi Germany had worked on developing an atomic bomb. And so concerned was Hungarian scientist Leo Szilard about this, that when he escaped from Germany, he contacted his former mentor, Albert Einstein.
Szilard was faced with this problem of having to, in effect, cross from science to politics, and he didn't know how to do this. And so he went to his friend Albert Einstein, who was a public figure, very well known, and asked Einstein, how do we do this? What can we do? Because we have to get a message to President Roosevelt.
He warned Roosevelt that the Germans seemed to have some sort of project going. It wasn't quite sure for what purpose. And in fact, they did have such an atomic bomb project functioning at that time.
At first, American President Roosevelt was reluctant towards